Hola, welcome to your reading. Oh, a card flew out, so we have to take that. Queen of Pentacles. So you kind of asked for some general energy around work and professional stuff. So to kind of describe the Queen of Pentacles, this is your energy. So you are the queen. It's not really gender specific. The queen is about what we would kind of consider more feminine traits, but are really just things that have to do with like the darkness, receiving, embodying, like truly being in like an internal embodied control of something. So that's what a queen does. And when we're talking about the pentacles, we're talking about things like money, body, housing, and work, right? So what this is telling me here is that you have like a really embodied and secure and pleasurable experience with that kind of stuff. When we see the queen, sometimes the challenges that can come up are things like boundary work. So having really good boundaries with how you make your money is something that the Queen of Pentacles might be telling you. We had another card fall, so we'll look at that in a second. And then the other thing about the queen is that she can sometimes have a little bit of, when we're thinking about the Queen of Pentacles, like an addiction to pleasure or like being a little too frivolous, stuff like that. But this is in the upright position, and it came, flying out as soon as I started your reading. So what I'm really hearing is that you feel really embodied and secure, and you have like a nice intuitive relationship with your work, your money, your body, or your stability. And it's a professional reading, so we're thinking about your profession and your income. So that's a really good sign. I would have really high hopes for whatever it is that you're particularly curious about if you're thinking about making a decision. And then this other card that came out, this is the World card. I absolutely love the World card in this deck. The World is about reaching some kind of completion, some kind of satisfying climax. It can also have to do with like traveling. The archetype of the World is like getting to the end of all of these kind of like major arcana archetypes and feeling really embodied and complete in those energies. So this means that you are about to, or are already undergoing kind of a journey of really deep self-exploration. Maybe you're actually exploring, you're actually traveling. The World card has a lot to do with like going on a trip or actually traveling the globe or going on internal journeys or psychedelic journeys, some kind of journey. And it is not just travel for travel's sake. It's kind of like a wisdom seeking journey. So that could be something like your own self inquiry, or it could be something like going on a trip. So if we're thinking about this in the context of like a career reading, then maybe we're seeing that you feel really stable and embodied, and you're about to go on some kind of wisdom seeking quest. So if you get an opportunity in the next, like, let's say 2 months to like go to a conference or go on a work trip or do some kind, like go to some kind of event, I would, as your professional tarot consultant, say that, yeah, you should do that. You should explore that. And then we have these two cards together, so I'm going to read them together because they fell out together. We have the Three of Wands upright and the Princess of Wands reversed. So there's a lot of feminine energy in your reading. I swear there are men in this deck, but you haven't gotten any. So I feel like it's kind of an invitation to really feel your own, because femininity isn't just about womanhood, right? And masculinity isn't just about manhood. We all have masculine and feminine energy, right? But I'm really feeling this like invitation to kind of like relax about like having to feel or be so masculine. So if there's like this kind of like pressure to perform in a certain way because you're a man at work, stop that. Like nip that in the bud, because like if there's a situation or a person that's making you feel that way, that's kind of like manipulation and control. So I would look out for stuff like that, of like someone making you feel responsible for something just because you're a guy. Like, don't, that shit doesn't fly, not in 2022. But that was just kind of like what I'm getting from this, like, it's like a little tangent. But this Four of Wands right here is about like homecoming and like feeling really secure and stable with how you take action. So, and then seeing that next to the Princess of Wands reverse. So the Princess of Wands is like this really sexual figure, but she's kind of sexually immature. You know, like she wants to sort of embody this will energy and have her own sense of free will. But when we see it in the reverse, what we're seeing is like this immature feminine archetype really struggling to be in her own body, like really struggling to, not her, in her own body, to be in her own will, to actually know what she wants and goes to get what she wants, right? So that could be something that you're feeling kind of internally, like this fear. It could also be like a person that you're dealing with in your life. But when I see it combined with the Four of Wands, the story is like, you know, learning to really feel secure in what you desire makes you feel stable. Like when you actually know what you want, you're way more likely to get it. So, you know, all of that woo-woo shit aside, this is really a story of knowing what you want so that you can feel secure enough to go get it, right? And not just about like knowing that it'll work out, right? You don't have to really know if something's going to work out to go for it. You just have to know what you want and then continually seek that desire. So follow and pursue your feelings of desire. So far we have you feeling really secure and embodied around things like money, work, housing, and your body. Some kind of invitation to go on a journey or a validation that you're on the correct journey. And then also advice, which is to really relax into your will and knowing what you want. Let's see how you can do that. We'll do one more closing card that'll kind of be your call to action. We'll see if anything comes out for you in reference to your career. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So this is the Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups together. The Five of Swords is upright and the Ten of Cups is reversed. So unfortunately, the Five of Swords is an ending, right? But when we're looking at the swords, we're looking at thought patterns. And then the Ten of Cups is actually like wish fulfillment and like total emotional like completion, feeling your most satisfied self, having all of your dreams come true, having the life that you truly want, right? That's what Ten of Cups is, but it's reversed. So this is not like, these are not like amazing cards to get when we're thinking about like call to action, because what this is inviting you to do is to end a thought pattern where you have an expectation of what your life is supposed to look like. So there's some kind of thought pattern that's actually damaging that makes you think that, like, let's just use an example. Like maybe you think that having a red sports car is going to make you happy. So you like work, you know, day in, day out, you're working overtime, you're not, you know, upholding your own boundaries, you're ignoring your family, you're doing all of this stuff so that you can get this sports car. So you can like make this down payment and get this sports car that you've always thought that you wanted. But because you're so focused on the sports car, that thought pattern is like keeping you in this loop where you're actually ignoring the things that are actually going to make you happy, which is not a red sports car. It's something entirely different, which is why it's important to listen to this advice, which is to find out what you truly want, because you're kind of chasing something that you don't actually want right now. And either it's already happening or it's going to happen soon. Shit's going to fall apart because you haven't really interrogated what you truly desire. And you're in a thought pattern around something that you don't actually truly desire. So interrogate your will, see what you truly want. That's exciting, right? That's your homework, is to find out what you really want so that you can release yourself from thoughts about chasing things that don't ultimately matter at the end of the day. Okay, love you, bye.